all is not well in the Trump White House beyond just erotic cowboy novellas flying left and right. This article got published in Politico today. I'm gonna punch you in your fucking face. Scott Bessent threatens an administration rival. Yeah, the Treasury Secretary's quiet tensions with Housing Finance Chief Bill Pulte exploded at a private dinner last week. And the background for this is that Bill Pulte has been Trump's attack dog and has been essentially fabricating charges of fraud against people who have, paperwork anomalies, like, for example, listing two addresses, possibly by accident, and also trying to claim certain people listed two addresses when they might not have. But Bill Pulte is trying to do this, and it's backfired spectacularly because then it, of course, prompted people to look into how other people who are Republicans are listing their home addresses, and it turns out a lot of them have like 3, 4, 5 different addresses, and it's starting to get a lot of attention drawn to Trump officials, and I'm gonna punch you in your fucking face from the Treasury Secretary of the U.S. But amid the cocktail hour din, Bessent lashed out at Pulte in an expletive-laden diatribe. The Treasury Secretary had heard from several people that the Federal Housing Finance Agency director had been bad-mouthing him to Trump. A person close to him said, "He wasn't about to engage in chit-chat as if nothing was amiss. Why the fuck are you talking to the president about me? Fuck you. I'm gonna punch you in your fucking face." Oh, let them fight. The scene was described to me by one eyewitness and 4 other people familiar with what happened. The only fact they disagreed on is whether it was Bessent or Pulte who initiated the conversation. They said others who described the conflict were granted anonymity due to the sensitivity of the situation. Pulte appeared stunned, and the tense encounter prompted club co-owner and financier Omid Malik to intervene, according to the 3 people. By the way, I believe this was at like the Trump Rose Garden Club, which is just one of the most disgusting things. Not even disgusting, it's like tacky. It's tacky. Bessent sought to have Bill Pulte kicked out, the eyewitness said. "It's either me or him," Bessent said to Malik. "You tell me who's getting the fuck out of here." Or, he added, "we could go outside." "To do what?" asked Pulte. "To talk?" "No," Bessent replied. "I'm going to fucking beat your ass." Oh, please let this just devolve. Like, we're like 6 months in, 7 months in at this point. Please let this devolve in like the next 3 months. We're like 3 months away from at like the White House Christmas dinner or something. Like, all of the cabinet leaders just devolve into like a scuffle that rolls down a hill. Like, we're tipsying on that point. Seeking to de-escalate the situation, Malik separated the men, walking Bessent to another part of the club to calm down. During the seated dinner, Bessent and Pulte were placed on opposite ends of the table, and the party went off without further episode. The confrontation, which one Trump insider called bonkers and another called unhinged, underscores the surprising tensions between top Trump officials. Yeah, it's almost like they're all just fucking nut jobs. It's crazy. By the way, they're both working on privatizing Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and they're both heavily invested into like the mortgage game that these companies are playing. And Bill Pulte is constantly pulling mortgage data to like use against Trump's enemies. It's stupid as hell. Bessent believes some of the people familiar with their conflict say that Pulte has inserted himself into matters the secretary views as his jurisdiction. Pulte, they add, has bristled at the threat of being big-footed. Complicating the entire dynamic, according to the Trump administration allies closely following the drama, is Pulte's close ties to Lutnick. The Commerce Secretary and Bessent have a rocky relationship since the transition, when the 2 men competed for the Treasury position. So, basically, my opinion here is that the more chaos between these people, the better it is for all of us. I want them beating each other's asses instead of like destroying American democracy. I would prefer that. And I just time out privatizing Freddie Mae and Freddie Mac. Yeah, this story came out like a month or two ago. They've been working on trying to tear down the public protections that have bound Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and it's some real horseshit that is going to massively. It's going to end in a massive amount of misery for a whole lot of people. A whole lot of people. But hey, maybe by the end of all of this, they'll just strangle each other like a Simpsons episode. You know, maybe that will happen. Maybe the funniest possible thing could happen, and they will all just kind of Ouroboros strangle each other. You know? One can hope. Or better yet, a human centipede. Ew. Gross. I only recognize that name from the 2008 housing crash thing. Yeah, that whole thing. crossing those fingers for the big strangle. That's what they're gonna call it. Anyway, we live in a comically terrible time, but at least sometimes we get to enjoy the comic part of the times we live in, and that will distract us slightly from the terribleness of it. But yeah, I don't know. I just the Treasury Secretary of the United States saying, "I'm going to fucking beat your ass." We're in clown world. These are just clowns. And with that, segment done.
Riverboat deck is going to town. All the viewers gather round. Twitch and YouTube is where she streams. All that content is bursting the seams. Politics, gaming, and plenty more. Her sense of fashion you'll adore. So grab your stuff and hop aboard. We're going straight to Jack's Discord. Riverboat.